tell you what, guys, this thing turned out better than I could have imagined. Absolutely super stoked with it. There's some stuff we've learned. Neighbor. There's some stuff we've learned, and a microphone there. Move the microphone somewhere. Probably going to do my hat or something for now. Let's see. Clip it on the belt. But that's fine. We have a place to start from, so that is totally fine. Look at this. We can put this right here. How about that? Yeah, there we go. So, overall, absolutely love it. Yeah, sounds good. So hopefully you can hear me decently. So like I said, welcome back, guys. This is the beginning of a lot of content. I'm going to stay in it. We want to give you a kind of a recap. So you obviously have seen the IRS install. I didn't get to finish the Wheelwood install. Then we just went straight to just getting this thing done. But the cool thing is it's done, but it's not finished, if that makes sense. I don't think they're ever finished. We're driving it, we're enjoying it. We're putting the trust miles into it right now. When we finished it, it was the night before LS Fest. Literally did a driveway alignment at like 12 o'clock at night. Went out and did a hit. Everything seemed all right. Put it on a trailer, and we went ahead and took it to LS Fest. So, with that being said, first thing we did at LS Fest after tech was to put it down a quarter mile. That was pretty interesting to sit in the staging lanes, not really driven the truck at all, and let's just send it down the quarter mile after rebuilding the whole entire thing. That was pretty wild. So we ran I think the best of a 14.2 at 99.
Better time this time.
That is mostly due to the gear ratio. We got a 327 still from the and the IRS. The IRS is from a Camaro SS 5th gen. So that 327 paired up with the T56 Magnum from American Powertrain. It's the close ratio. That's 266 first gear. If you do the math, it's like, I don't know, at red line, it's whatever, it's probably at 64 mile an hour or something in first gear. So super crazy long. I finished the quarter mile in third, so that tells you anything. But it did well, went straight. We ran into some issues, and that was mostly like the brake push rod. It's a little just a hair too long, so it was engaging the brakes already before you were even pressing them. And the biggest thing was the lower control arm. So we were scraping our wheel, the closest point where the lower A-arm meets the wheel, because of how low we were. So we kind of did some self-clearancing. kind of did some self-clearancing to where pretty much the wheel was scraping. We got back to the campground at LS Fest. We took a grinder and we grinded down the A-arms. After we did that, it worked. It pretty much worked for that weekend. We turned up the valving on the shocks all the way up, and it worked enough. It was still kind of contacting. That's when we went and talked to the boys at BMR and found out that they make an actual control arm that's designed to give you more clearance around that wheel. So that's the permanent fix, is to get the correct control arms, and I'm excited to get those on. Guys, I'm right now probably doing 55 mile an hour. I'm in 5th. It's a 6-speed, right? And I'm at 1800 RPM. I put it in 6. It's 1400. 1390, 1400. So that is our next issue. We got to get that gear ratio up to at least the 373, if not a 410. I think 410 is probably where we want to be at. But yeah, this thing is definitely cruiser. The independent rear suspension in the rear is just great. It's a comfortable ride. The best thing I probably could have done was put the Borgensen quick ratio gearbox on here, along with that Cunningham shaft, and we went ahead and did the Wolf Engineering bearing on the column. It's just super tight. When you point, you go. Exactly, there's no wondering anymore. So if anyone's interested in that, if they have an OBS and that thing's wandering, it's got that rag joint and that stock gearbox, I'd highly suggest changing that for sure. But out of the box, with no experience in the truck, we did pretty much middle of the pack with all the big trucks that have been together and people had seat time in them. We were right there running with them. With seat time, I think we're going to get this truck a lot faster. And learn how to use the IRS to our advantage. Probably need to do some weight moving, get the battery in the back, maybe even add some ballast to kind of balance it out a little bit better, but we'll get there. So, and the brakes work pretty dang good. But yeah, like I said, going to get some dog food. When I get back, I'm going to show you guys all about it. Yeah, boy. We're just doing race truck stuff, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. right, well, we're back, and it's actually the next day because we got rained out that day. So we're just going to walk through and kind of show you everything we've done to this thing. It is a 1990, all right, C1500. It was a 4.3 5-speed, and now it's a 5.3 LS with a T56 Magnum. So we left the bumper that was on this was like a Texas drop bumper. We got rid of that and found a OEM one that was good enough. I had to take a 2x4 and get all the dents out of it and get all the surface rust off of it, so it just kind of matched. Did use LMC for like some of the moldings and stuff like that, but this is the way I wanted the truck to look. I wanted to have the original bumper. I wanted to have the body molding, everything to kind of still look like that truck with the patina. That was my goal. Patina has not been touched. It does when it rains, it'll streak down the primer kind of color, so I had to do it to wipe it. So I'm going to be looking into some type of a clear or whatever, like a patina juice, but not that. I'd rather it be like exactly the way this looks. So I don't know if anybody in the comments can help me out. Maybe like a matte finish type, something like that. I don't like the super shiny ones. I don't want to change the look of this. I just love the look of this. So if you know anything, appreciate it. Put it in the comments. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys follow as well. So here we are. Now, if you do this, you don't necessarily have to cut out your bed. All right. I had to because of the amount of camber we want to run and the 19x12s. All right. These are Apex Arc 8s. They are for the rear of a Camaro 5th gen and I believe 6th gen, right? And so that is on all four. And I'll show you exactly how we made that happen. So up here we have a Bora adapter. All right. We are using that to adapt from the 5x5 to the 5x120 for the Camaro. Since we're running Wilwood 6-piston brakes, all right, we had to do that because of the actual thickness of the hub on the Wilwood Pros. So that allows us to rotate our tires. These tires are 200 treadwear Falcon 660s. These tires are, you're going to wear them out, right? So you want to be able to rotate between front and rear, because if you're on a track and you're pushing on a track that's mostly to the right, then you're going to wear out this side here, right? Because you're putting all that weight on the left. So it's nice to be able to rotate front and back. Even though these are directional, it still helps out to balance that stuff out. But like I said, Wilwood 6 pistons in the front. In the back, we're just using the Brembo stock SS brakes. Those are the 14-inch rotor, 4-piston caliper, and we are also running the Tanks Inc. tank in the back. It's a 16-gallon fuel tank. We did that to make room for the PSI conversion bracket. They say you can beat it in, you can put a S10 gas tank in there, whatever. There's different things. We didn't care because we want to get the weight back for racing. So we did remove the stock tank and we put that one in. And there's a video, you guys can go back and look and see how we kind of did all that. But yeah, here it is. Right now, it's just an opening. We'll actually end up re-welding that in and coming up with a nicer solution for that in the future. We were just rushing to get to LS Fest and we made it. So that was our goal. This here on these, going back to these, we will re-weld those in and add a strip. So this will get cut out a little bit more and it should match up exactly with the ribs the way we're going to do it. Fill it in, they'll just be a little bit wider. That's it. And here you can see the IRS installed, right? We do have BMR toe links on this, adjustable toe links, and we're hoping to go ahead and go to a BMR lower, adjustable lower, and a trailing arm there. The reason is we're hitting our wheel with our lower control arm because of how wide our wheel is. You can see it right here, and that way if anybody wants to do this kit, you can see where I'm hitting, right? It's because of the actual shock length for my ride height that I selected and how wide those are. If you want to make sure you do research, make sure that you get the right height that you want. I went off of the website for PSI. That's because I wanted a race truck. I knew I liked that height, so I was good with that. That's what we went with, what he recommended on the it's a Ride Tech, and we went with the eyelet to eyelet, same exact stroke and ride height that he had on the website. And we have a 2011 SS IRS, so the actual lowers are apparently a little bit different. I think if you have a newer one, there might be more clearance. I know that buddy at Fastlane OBS, he's running the same setup, and he does not have an issue, but he has different wheels. He has 18x11s, I believe. So again, that's an inch in. So just make sure to do the research to make sure. The way that we fix this is BMR has an actual lower that actually has more clearance built into them. That's what we're going to go with, and we're going to make sure to show you when we install them. And I'm going to try to give you guys a shot of what is actually contacting. You can probably see that, how close it is to the wheel right there. Hopefully you can, because the truck's too low for me to get underneath of it. But that is what we're dealing with. We'll go ahead and go into the interior. Got that classic key sound there. We'll take that out. So what we're running for seats are just NRG Prismas, the Ultra. And what the real special thing is this Infinite Fab Works harness bar and seat brackets. These, I'm a big fan of getting a race seat as low as possible, and that's how you're going to be able to do it, is with these seat brackets. They get it absolutely low as can be. If you don't want to make your own, you just want to buy something, I would highly suggest these guys. Check out their socials. They do a lot of great work. Definitely glad I went this route. It actually builds into, it's good. You can get this harness bar by itself, or you can get the seat bracket by itself. And now that harness bar will work without it, but it's better together. Look, it just ties everything in directly to it, and I absolutely love it. Uses a bunch of factory locations. You drill one on this side with a plate on the bottom, thread it. Same thing on that side, one, everything else works. All this all works out. Your top seatbelt threads there, all works out. Only thing here is this triangulated like brace goes through the actual floor. You drill it. There's 2 pieces of sheet metal there from the factory, and then you put that plate on the bottom, so you're like reinforcing it with like 4 pieces, right? Super tight. And I love how they do the Scott Drake actual mounting hose for a fire extinguisher. So when you get this, it'll have Infinite Fab Works logo. You can take that out. You can put that Scott Drake quick release in. For shifter, we moved our location from the stock OBS that was way up there. We have the T56 Magnum. We got the 6-hole shifter that's all the way to the back and kind of down towards the 7 o'clock position. And that is a 10-inch Billet Specialties shifter. Using the stock pedal, OEM master cylinder, and it all works. We just put an adapter in for the 3AN line going down to the American Powertrain throwout bearing. We are running a Holly in this, and right now I've got just that little 3.5 inch. We'll go to a Pro screen in the future, but so far I absolutely love that thing. Found this little thing on Amazon, and it's been perfect. It's everything I need to know is right there in front of me. I love it. We're running the NRG hub for putting us an actual Sparco on there. I had the quick disconnect, but it put the wheel too far out for me. With my seating position, I was like super comfortable with it exactly like this, so we just went with that. You don't have to use it. So those bolt holes would either bolt on an actual quick disconnect or a regular like 6-volt steering wheel. So I love the way this worked out. It's perfect. We'll go into the front. So we do have the track spec hood vents. These are for a C10, like a square body. Works perfect on the OBS. It lays out perfect, not a problem. So if you do see that and you're like, I want some and I don't see OBS or the 88 to 98, don't worry about it. They work out perfect. Just go ahead and make sure you use a laser or measure or something. Just get everything as square as you can. Make your cuts. It goes right in, not a problem. So we're here at the front. We stay with, like I said, stock grille. I might go to a black, I don't know. I'm big on black accents, but we'll see. I don't know. So far, I like it. So we have a set rag power steering cooler. That's the first thing you can see right there. It's huge, monster, because of these 315s that we're turning. We want to make sure we keep this as cool as possible. So it is a 5.3, and we'll just kind of go through all of this. But it has a F-body accessories, alternator, power steering pump, water pump. All right, and we're using ICT billet for mounting everything, right? So that power steering pump is going to a Borgenson quick ratio, right? From there, it's leaving, going through that set rag cooler. There's the cooler right there, you can see. All right. Comes back, goes back to the pump, right? Staying on steering. We have the Cunningham steering shaft for the OBS. Absolutely awesome. Love it. Gets rid of all that slop. All right. And then you have the Wolf Engineering bearing up there. Highly recommend that. It takes out every bit of that slop from that plastic bushing. We have the level 3 QA1 coilovers in the front and their sway bar. Can't say anything better about it. I mean, it's just great. The way this thing steers and handles, it's literally not even the same truck. It doesn't even feel like a truck anymore. So highly recommend that. And going into this right here, everyone thinks, oh, I'm just going to run to an aftermarket radiator. You don't have to do all that. This here is for MBS, so like a 2006 and newer radiator and fans, okay? The way I was able to get this bolted in is a guy on Facebook, Matthew Canella, I believe is his name. I'll put it in the description. He's on the Facebook pages and all that. So if you guys want, hit him up and you can get one for yourself. It mirrors the OBS like core support, and it gives you the bolt holes for the actual radiator and fan. So you can get it bare or powder coated. I went with bare just to get it as quick as possible to make LS Fest, and then I just hit it with some VHT. To make an F-body, or I'd say a Corvette, water pump work with this setup, I actually went with a 2003 5.3 truck upper radiator hose. And I went to the parts store with a tape measure and just found this thing. Put a splice. The splice is a ICT billet. But here's the part number, if you can see it. Yeah, right there. Hopefully you can see that. I don't have the actual tag anymore. I don't know, but if you can pause it and look into that, there you go. The bottom is just a stock 2003 for a truck. And we did Fast 92, shout out to Throttle Gospel on Instagram and TikTok to my buddy. That was a hand-me-down gift there. Let's see here. We put 243 heads on this 5.3. This is the earlier generation 5.3. Supposed to have 130,000 miles. I looked at it when I bought it and thought this is a piece of crap. And boy, was I wrong. Like it runs, you know, I'm a first-time LS guy. Everybody tells you like, oh, don't worry, it's just an LS. Like, go ahead and throw it at it. It's, you know, oil leaking. Don't worry about it. I was surprised, and this thing does not perform the way I thought looking at that engine when I first got it. We're running the Schoenfeld headers. I believe it's the 1302 or 1202 LS headers. They work great. They're for the two-wheel drive. They're 1 3/4. Perfect for the 5.3. It didn't need anything more than that. NRJ Manufacturing. This here, that's how I got my pressure cap. That bolts in the same stock location, American made, small company. Give them guys a shout if you are questioning what to go with. Absolutely love this, high quality stuff, and it worked out perfect for this swap. I didn't want a cap right here, and so there you go. That works out perfect. And we are running a Holly on this, so my trigger wire for my fuel pump hits that relay there. That's a Ron Francis wiring kit. And then for the two fans, we got those right here off the Holly. The two wires hit this, trigger that, kick on the fans like they're supposed to. We have the Willwood master cylinder that's paired up perfect. And if you need to ask, how do I get these parts, or which part do I need for mine? Hit up Level 7 Motorsports, okay? Jesse there will help you. He's done all these trucks before. He knows all the combinations. He is the one that wants you to do it one time and not spend a bunch of money. So make sure, give him a call. Reach out to him on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it may be. And this is it right here, Level 7. Look, parts by Level 7. Absolutely, go check them out. It would save you time and a headache. And that's pretty much it, guys. Like, there's going to be a lot more content on it. I want to do a quick overview just to get this video out there. And guess what? We're going to have a lot more content on the way. So make sure to leave a comment, give a like, make sure to subscribe. And I got a lot more stuff that I'm planning on doing. We're going to try to be at C10 Nationals, which is next week, the 3rd, October 3rd and 4th. And we'll have the truck down there racing it. If you see me, come up and say hi. If you got any questions, you can look at the truck. This wasn't built at a professional shop. I built it in my driveway. All right, it's possible you guys can do it if you want. And guess what? The best part is you get to go out and have fun in it. Guys, if you want to see this entire build, I've done most of it on TikTok. It's under TRACKPROOF. From when we started, I pretty much gave updates every day on there. So if you want to go back and look, you'll have all the information you probably need. Just leave me a comment, ask a question. Be happy to answer it. I'll catch y'all next time.